When it comes to Hollywood legends and rock icons, one number seems to haunt the industry like a shadow: 27. Time and time again, some of the most brilliant, groundbreaking, and beloved artists have lost their lives at this very age. From Amy Winehouse to Kurt Cobain, from Jimi Hendrix to Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison, the list is chillingly long. It's become known as the 27 Club, a phrase whispered with both awe and dread. A cultural phenomenon that mixes tragedy, mystery, and superstition. Fans wonder, is it pure coincidence, a curse, or is there something about the age of 27 that makes it especially dangerous for artists living life in the fast lane? Tonight, we dive deep into the story of the 27 Club. We'll trace its origins, look at its most infamous members, explore theories, from science to the supernatural, and ultimately confront the unsettling truth behind one of pop culture's darkest legacies. The term 27 Club didn't always exist. While some stars had tragically died young in decades prior, it wasn't until the early 1970s that people began connecting the dots. In the span of just 2 years, music lost Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones. All of them died at the age of 27. Fans and journalists alike were struck by the eerie pattern. How could 4 of the most influential musicians of their generation all die at the exact same age? The media coined the phrase 27 Club, and from there, the mythology began to grow. Decades later, the club would tragically welcome more names, cementing its place in pop culture history. Let's look closer at the artists who first defined the 27 Club. Brian Jones. In 1969, Brian Jones, a founding member of the Rolling Stones, was found dead at the bottom of his swimming pool in England. While the official cause was death by misadventure, rumors of foul play and drug use swirled. He was 27. Jimi Hendrix. Just a year later, in 1970, Jimi Hendrix, arguably the greatest guitarist the world had ever seen, died after choking on his own vomit following an overdose of sleeping pills. He was 27. Janis Joplin. Only weeks after Hendrix, Janis Joplin, the queen of psychedelic rock, was found dead of a heroin overdose in a Los Angeles hotel. She, too, was 27. Jim Morrison. Less than a year later, Jim Morrison, the charismatic frontman of The Doors, was found dead in his bathtub in Paris. No autopsy was performed, and the official cause was listed as heart failure, but speculation about drugs has never stopped. He was also 27. For giants of music, gone within 2 years, all at the same age. The pattern was too eerie to ignore. For a time, the idea of the 27 Club faded into the background. But in the 1990s, it roared back into cultural consciousness with the death of Kurt Cobain. Cobain, the voice of a generation and frontman of Nirvana, struggled with depression, addiction, and the crushing weight of fame. In 1994, he died by suicide at, 27 years old. Cobain's death reignited fascination with the 27 Club. Fans pointed out eerie similarities between Cobain and earlier members: tortured genius, meteoric rise to fame, struggles with drugs and mental health, and ultimately, death at 27. After Cobain, the 27 Club was no longer just a coincidence. It had become a cultural phenomenon. The most recent high-profile addition to the 27 Club was Amy Winehouse in 2011. Winehouse's voice was unlike anything else in modern music: soulful, raw, drenched in emotion. But behind the music, she battled substance abuse, mental illness, and intense media scrutiny. When she died of alcohol poisoning at just 27, it felt like history was repeating itself. Once again, an artist whose genius burned too brightly had been extinguished at the same cursed age. Winehouse's death cemented the 27 Club as a modern myth that refuses to fade away. While Hendrix, Joplin, Morrison, Cobain, and Winehouse are the names most often mentioned, the 27 Club has many other members. Robert Johnson, the legendary blues guitarist who inspired generations of rock musicians. He died in 1938, poisoned at 27. Some even say he sold his soul to the devil at a crossroads, linking his story to the supernatural. Alan Wilson, guitarist for Canned Heat, found dead of a drug overdose in 1970. Kristen Pfaff, bassist for Hole, who died of a heroin overdose just 2 months after Cobain in 1994. Anton Yelchin, the promising Hollywood actor best known for Star Trek, who died in a freak accident in 2016, also at 27. The list continues, stretching across decades, genres, and industries. The big question remains, why 27? Is it just coincidence, or is there something deeper at play? Theory 1. Lifestyle and excess. The most rational explanation is that young stars who achieve massive fame often spiral into destructive habits, drugs, alcohol, reckless behavior. At 27, they've usually been living this way for years, and the toll finally catches up with them. Theory 2. Psychological pressure. Psychologists point to the Saturn return, an astrological concept suggesting that around age 27 to 30, people experience a life crisis that forces major change. For ordinary people, this may mean a career shift or relationship upheaval. For celebrities under immense pressure, it can mean collapse. Theory 3. The curse. Of course, many fans believe it's more sinister. A curse, a pact with the devil, or some cosmic price for fame and genius. Robert Johnson's story, Selling His Soul for Talent, feeds this theory. Statisticians have studied the 27 Club and concluded that there's no actual spike in celebrity deaths at that age compared to others. In other words, the curse might just be confirmation bias. People notice 27 because it's symbolic while ignoring other ages. But even with the data, the cultural weight of the number remains undeniable. The 27 Club isn't just a grim coincidence. It's become part of our cultural imagination. Documentaries, books, songs, and even art installations have explored the phenomenon. For fans, it represents both the danger of fame and the fragile beauty of genius. The myth of the 27 Club also serves as a warning that behind the glamour of celebrity lies pressure, addiction, and mental illness that often go unseen until it's too late. Not every star is doomed at 27. Many artists have faced the same struggles and survived. Stars like Elton John, Eminem, and Demi Lovato have openly discussed near-death experiences in their 20s before turning their lives around. For them, survival past 27 felt like a rebirth, a second chance to redefine their legacy outside of the shadow of the club. The 27 Club remains one of Hollywood's darkest legends. Whether it's coincidence, curse, or cultural myth, the list of names continues to haunt us because of what they represent. Limitless talent cut short, lives lived fast, and ended too soon. At the heart of it, the 27 Club is a reminder that fame does not protect from tragedy. In fact, sometimes it amplifies it. And for fans, the age of 27 will always be a number that carries both beauty and dread.